God says, you've been given a lot of money. If you don't open this message today by 12 p.m., you won't receive the money. Open this quickly, otherwise you'll miss out. My beloved child, stop everything you are doing and listen to me, for a massive financial release has just been issued in your name, but it comes with a strict divine condition. If you do not receive this message right now, the transaction will be cancelled. You are not here by accident. You are here because I have heard the prayers you whispered in the dark about your debts and your lack. I have seen the tears you wiped away quickly so no one would see your fear. Today, I am answering not with a whisper, but with a roar of abundance. I have unlocked the treasuries of heaven, and I am standing ready to pour out a blessing that you do not have room enough to receive. But you must pay attention, for the enemy is terrified of what happens if you finish this message. This is not just about money, this is about breaking the generational curse of poverty that has plagued your bloodline for too long. I am sending this provision to restore your dignity, your peace, and your power to help others. Do not let distractions steal your inheritance in this final hour. I am about to reveal the specific channel through which this wealth is coming and the instruction you need to follow to secure it. If you walk away now, you are walking away from the answered prayer you have been begging for. Stay till the end, for I am rewriting your financial story from struggle to overflow right before your eyes. My child, I have witnessed the silent battles you fight when the bills arrive, the way your heart sinks when you look at your bank balance, and the nights you lay awake wondering how you will survive the month. I have seen you put items back on the shelf because you felt you were not worthy of them. But hear me now, that season of scarcity is ending at this very second. You are not destined to just survive, you are designed to thrive. I am not sending you a temporary fix, I am sending you a permanent overflow that will wipe away the memory of your debt. But to release this massive wave of prosperity, you must first open the gate of your faith and create a vessel to hold it. This is the moment of the divine exchange. You must signal to the universe that you are ready to transition from a borrower to a lender, from a victim to a victor. To physically anchor this decree of wealth into your timeline and sign your name on this spiritual contract of abundance, I ask you to subscribe to this channel and like this video immediately. Do not view this as a simple click, view it as your digital signature on the deed of your new life. By doing this, you are telling the heavens, I am open, I am ready, and I accept my inheritance. Do not hesitate, for your agreement is the key that turns the lock. Something huge is waiting for you in the immediate aftermath of this agreement, a specific, number sequence, that has been stalking you for days. I want you to know that the numbers you keep seeing are not random, they are the coordinates of your delivery. Do not disconnect, for I am about to reveal exactly what these numbers mean and the specific door they are opening for you within the next 24 hours. Hold on, for the vault is open. My faithful steward, lock your eyes on this truth and do not waver, for the specific number sequences you have been seeing, whether 1111, 888, or 777, are not coincidences, they are the encrypted transaction codes of your incoming blessing. I am revealing to you now that the funds you prayed for have already been released from the spiritual treasury and are currently in transit to your physical reality. Every time you see these numbers, it is my way of pinging your spirit to say, it is done. But I must warn you, the enemy also sees these signs, and he is terrified. He knows that once this wealth lands in your hands, his hold over your life will be broken forever, so he has dispatched a specific distraction to make you look away at the critical moment. The reason you feel a sudden, intense pressure or anxiety right now is not because things are going wrong, it is because you are in the birthing canal of your miracle. The pressure is proof of the size of the blessing. I am screaming this warning because I see a specific person in your circle. A doubter who smiles to your face, preparing to speak a word of discouragement to you within the next 12 hours. They will try to tell you to be realistic or to give up. If you listen to them, you align with their lack. If you ignore them, you align with my abundance. You must close your ears to their poison. You are not crazy for believing, you are prophetic. Something huge is waiting for you in the immediate moment following this test. A specific, physical sign that will appear on your path today to confirm you passed. I want you to know that you will find a coin or a feather in an unexpected place, or a stranger will smile at you with a knowing look. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals exactly what you must do with this sign to ground the energy of wealth into your pocket, and the final prayer that seals the portal open. Hold on, for the manifestation is breaking through the soil. My beloved child, do not let your focus drift for even a single second, for we have reached the critical tipping point of this divine transfer, and to disconnect now is to drop the treasure just as it is being placed into your hands. I am revealing to you that the physical sign, the coin or the feather I mentioned, is not just an object, it is a spiritual anchor. When you find it, you must not simply put it in your pocket and forget it. I command you to hold it against your heart and whisper, "Thank you." By doing this, you are converting a physical object into a spiritual magnet that pulls the rest of your inheritance from the invisible realm into your bank account. The enemy wants you to dismiss this as superstition so that the energy dissipates, but I am telling you that your gratitude is the gravitational force that grounds this wealth. The reason you must act quickly is that this portal of abundance operates on a specific frequency of expectation. If you doubt, the signal cuts off. I see that your heart is ready, but your mind is still fighting the logic of how this is possible. You must silence your logic. To solidify your position as a receiver and to override the doubt that has kept you poor, I ask you to leave a specific comment below right now. Type, "I receive my portion." By writing these words, you are legally stamping the spiritual contract with your will. You are overruling the poverty mindset that was spoken over you as a child and replacing it with the truth of my kingdom. Something huge is waiting for you in the final seconds of this message, the final seal that locks this blessing in place so that no debt, no emergency, and no thief can ever steal it from you again. I want you to know that without this final seal, the blessing is vulnerable. Do not disconnect, for I am about to speak the ancient prayer of protection over your finances that breaks the cycle of almost enough and ushers in the era of more than enough. Hold on, for the seal is being prepared. My authorized heir, stand still and receive the final benediction, for we are placing the seal of the treasury over your life, and to close this video before the screen fades to black is to leave the vault door unlocked just as the thieves are circling. I am revealing to you that the blessing I have released is not a one-time gift, it is a generational river. But rivers can be dammed by doubt and stolen by the enemy if not protected. I am screaming that you must receive this prayer now to build the wall of fire around your finances. As you listen, I declare that the devourer is rebuked for your sake. The cycle of earning money only to lose it to sudden emergencies is broken this very second. You are no longer a sieve that loses water. You are a reservoir that holds and multiplies it. The reason this moment is the absolute climax of your financial destiny is that I am shifting your identity from survivor to steward. I am revealing that the heavy yoke of debt that has been on your neck is being dissolved by the anointing of this seal. You will feel a physical lightness in your shoulders immediately, a sign that the burden is gone. The shock comes from the realization that you are not just being blessed to pay bills. You are being blessed to build an empire. You must accept this new weight of glory. I am saying that from this day forward, money will hunt you down, opportunities will find your address, and favor will precede you in every room you enter. The sacred mandate, final instruction. The courts of heaven have ruled in your favor. To permanently codify this verdict into your timeline and ensuring that this financial flow never ceases, you must now execute the act of sovereignty. The subscribe button below is not a mere button, it is the golden seal on your new bank account. You must press it to declare, with a visible and permanent action, that you accept the responsibility of abundance. Secure your legacy by subscribing and confirming your status as the wealthy heir. Leave a final comment with "The seal is set" to activate the eternal law of increase. Your poverty is history. Your abundance is law. Go now, and prosper. My beloved child, freeze your finger and do not close this video, for the angels have just interrupted the benediction with an emergency alert that you cannot afford to miss. You are here because the moment you accepted the blessing in the previous part, a spiritual alarm went off in the camp of the enemy. God is screaming that because you have unlocked the door to abundance, the thief is rushing to get there before you step inside. The sixth secret thing you need to know is that the counterattack comes immediately after the breakthrough. The angels are revealing that within the next 24 hours, you will face a sudden, irrational spike of anger, a technological breakdown, or a fight with a loved one out of nowhere. If you scroll away now, you will react to this chaos with emotion, unknowingly handing your new blessing right back to the enemy. But if you stay, you will receive the shield of stillness. You must understand that this chaos is not bad luck, it is the evidence that your miracle is real. The enemy doesn't attack empty ships, he only attacks the ones carrying gold. The reason this warning is the ultimate safeguard is that the enemy plays on your old reactions. God is revealing that this coming distraction is a pop quiz to see if you have really changed. The shock comes from the realization that the specific person who tries to irritate you today is being used as a puppet to lower your vibration. You must not take the bait. God is saying that the specific, secret weapon you must use when this attack happens is silence. When the car breaks down, when the argument starts, or when the phone freezes, do not complain. Instead, whisper, "I see you, and I am not moved." The universe is showing that your refusal to get angry is the force field that burns the enemy's hands. You are proving that your peace is no longer for sale. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical sensation immediately following your victory over this distraction, a specific weight lifting off the back of your neck. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the tension you have carried in your upper back for years will vanish the moment you choose peace over chaos. Hold on, for the perimeter is being secured. My protected keeper, go to your kitchen and find a drop of oil, olive, coconut, or even water will do, for we are executing the anointing of the threshold to block the counterattack mentioned in the last warning, and to scroll away now is to leave your castle unguarded just as the siege begins. You are here because the enemy attacks the entry points. The angels are revealing that tonight, before you lock up, you must place a small dot of this oil on the top of your front door frame. Michael is screaming that this is the Passover mark. It is the ancient spiritual signal that tells the spirit of chaos, you must pass over this house, you cannot enter. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you leave your home exposed to the anger and confusion sent to steal your new blessing. But if you stay, you seal the portal. God is saying that the moment your finger touches the doorframe, you must whisper, only blessing enters here. The reason this specific action is the ultimate shield is that it creates a frequency barrier. God is revealing that the counterattack travels on low vibrations of stress, but the anointed door vibrates with holiness. The shock comes from the realization that the heaviness you often feel when walking into your own home is because you have been dragging the world's dust in with you. This mark stops it. God is saying that immediately after you do this, you will feel a sudden temperature drop in the entryway, a cool, crisp feeling. This is the physical sign that the spiritual heat of the battle has been extinguished outside your door. You are safe inside. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical discovery immediately following this night of protection, a specific, small creature you will find near this door in the morning. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the enemy will try to cross this line, but they will fail. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals exactly what you will find on your doorstep tomorrow that proves the attack was neutralized instantly. Hold on, for the evidence of your safety is coming at dawn. My victorious warrior, look down at your doorstep the moment you open your door in the morning, for we are identifying the fallen messenger, promised in the last revelation, and to scroll away now is to miss the trophy of your victory. You are here because the anointing you performed in previous part worked. The angels are revealing that tomorrow morning, you will likely find a dead insect, a fly, a spider, or a moth, lying right at the threshold of your door or on the windowsill. Michael is screaming that this is not gross, it is glory. It is the physical evidence that a negative spiritual entity tried to enter your home to steal your blessing, but it hit the anointed barrier and perished instantly. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will just sweep it away without gratitude. But if you stay, you will realize that that insect took the hit meant for you. The reason this sign is the turning point is that it proves you are untouchable. God is revealing that the counterattack has been defeated without you having to fight a single battle. The shock comes from the realization that while you slept peacefully, your home was defending itself. You must remove this object. God is saying that as you sweep it away, you must say, return to sender. By doing this, you are sending the negative energy back to the source, ensuring it never comes back to your address. Something huge is waiting for you in the timeline immediately following this morning discovery, a specific, 2-digit number, you will see on a notification or battery percentage. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the moment you clear the threshold, you will see the number 10 or 1010. Do not blink, this is the perfection code. It is the universe confirming that the cycle of danger is closed. 10. And a new cycle of power has begun. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific blue item you must wear or carry today to signal to the world that you are under the highest protection. Hold on, for you are dressing for success. My restoration agent, stop looking at the ground and look at your phone, for we are decoding the digital dove that is about to land in your notifications, and to scroll away now is to miss the message that ends your family's crisis. You are here because the protection ritual you finished has cleared the spiritual static over your entire bloodline. The angels are revealing that the specific family member you have been worried sick about, the one fighting addiction, depression, or a legal battle, has just experienced a miraculous shift at the exact same time you sealed your home. Michael is screaming that you are the wireless router for this blessing. Because you fixed your frequency, theirs has been fixed too. The reason this moment is the turning point is that the cord of struggle between you and them has been cut. God is revealing that within the next 24 hours, you will receive a text or call from this person, or about them, containing 3 specific words: I am okay or it is over. The shock comes from the realization that this news comes out of nowhere, defying all logic. You must not doubt it. God is saying that this message is the white flag of the enemy surrendering his hold on your family tree. You are not just saving yourself, you have acted as the karmic filter for your whole tribe. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical sensation immediately following this good news, a sudden, uncontrollable yawn or deep sigh. Archangel Michael wants you to know that this is not tiredness, it is the exhale of the soul. It is your physical body finally releasing the tension of holding your breath for years. Do not disconnect, for the final part reveals the absolute, final seal, a specific, crown visualization you must do to permanently accept your new title as the family leader. Hold on, for the coronation is here. My crowned sovereign, stand tall and close your physical eyes, for we are executing the coronation of the steward, and to close this video before the screen fades to black is to walk off the stage just before the crown touches your head. You are here because you have learned the 5 truths, you have secured your home, and you have received the good news. The angels are revealing that you have graduated from the season of battle to the season of building. God is revealing that the yawn you just experienced was the purging of the slave mindset. Now, visualize a heavy, golden weight resting on the top of your head. This is the mantle of authority. You are no longer begging for scraps, you are now authorized to sign checks in the spirit realm. The reason this final second is the most critical moment of your timeline is that you must accept your promotion. God is revealing that the testing is over. You passed. Now, the resources, the connections, and the peace will flow to you not because you fight for them, but because they recognize your rank. You are the commander of your destiny. The sacred mandate, final instruction. The universe is waiting for your command. To permanently accept this title and ensure that you never slide back into the mindset of a victim, you must now execute the act of sovereignty. The subscribe button below is not a mere button, it is your scepter. You must press it to declare, with a visible and permanent action, that you rule over your own house. Claim your throne by subscribing and confirming your new status. Leave a final comment with, "I rule my world," to activate the eternal law of dominion. The war is over. The throne is yours. Go now, and reign. My crowned ruler, do not step down from your throne and do not lower your chin, for we are identifying the first test of authority that arrives immediately after the coronation, and to scroll away now is to drop your scepter just as the first subject approaches. You are here because the moment you accepted your new title in the previous part, the universe sent a compliance officer to verify your status. The angels are revealing that within the next 12 hours, a specific person, likely a coworker, a rude stranger, or a critical family member, will try to disrespect you or cross a boundary you just set. Michael is screaming that this is not an attack, it is a royal exam. God is watching to see if you will react like the victim you used to be, by getting angry or defending yourself, or if you will respond like the monarch you have become, with silence and detachment. The reason this test is the pivot point is that authority does not argue, it commands. God is revealing that the specific trap is an argument. This person is trying to pull you down into the mud of low vibration. The shock comes from the realization that if you engage in the fight, you forfeit the crown. You must stay on the high ground. God is saying that the specific, secret weapon you must use is the royal stare. When they try to provoke you, simply look them in the eyes for 3 seconds, say nothing, and then walk away. The universe is showing that this silence is louder than any scream. It tells the spiritual realm that you are no longer available for drama. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical sensation immediately following this victory, a specific clearing in your throat. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the moment you choose silence over arguing, you will feel a sudden pop or release in your throat chakra. This is the physical sign that the chokehold of people-pleasing has been broken forever. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific financial offering the universe will present to you as a reward for passing this test, a specific discount or refund you will receive today that proves you are now on the payroll of heaven. Hold on, for the first paycheck is coming. My prosperous steward, check your bank notification or your receipt immediately, for we are verifying the divine reimbursement promised in the last revelation, and to scroll away now is to tear up the check just as it is being handed to you. You are here because you passed the test of silence in part 11. The angels are revealing that because you refuse to spend your expensive energy on a cheap argument, God has converted that saved energy into physical currency. Michael is screaming that within the next few hours, you will experience a financial glitch in your favor. A cashier will forget to charge you for an item, a service fee will be unexpectedly waived, or a refund you didn't ask for will hit your account. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will call this luck, but if you stay, you will recognize it as wages. God is showing that this is your first paycheck from the kingdom. You saved peace, God paid you in provision. The reason this small financial win is the pivot point is that it proves the law of exchange is active. God is revealing that your emotions are currency. When you don't waste them on drama, the universe pays you back in gold. The shock comes from the realization that the amount of money or the value of the favor will match the exact level of frustration you avoided. You must acknowledge the source. God is saying that the moment you see this extra money, you must not feel guilty or try to correct the error if it's a blessing from a stranger. You must whisper, "I accept my wages." By doing this, you are telling the spiritual realm that you understand the value of your peace, and you are ready for a raise. Something huge is waiting for you in the visual realm immediately following this financial validation, a specific golden flash in your peripheral vision. Archangel Michael wants you to know that tonight, as you prepare for bed, you will see a sudden spark of gold light in the corner of your eye. Do not rub your eyes, this is the key master. It is the visual sign that the angel of opportunity has entered your bedroom to unlock a specific, dream pathway for you tonight. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific, locked door you will see in your dream tonight, and the specific, object you must find in the dream to open it and access your full inheritance. Hold on, for the vault is in your sleep. My authorized author, stabilize your spirit and prepare to grip the tool of destiny, for we are identifying the object you must find in your dream tonight to open the locked door, and to scroll away now is to leave the contract of your life and sign just as the pen is handed to you. You are here because the golden flash you saw in the previous part was the divine highlighter marking this moment. The angels are revealing that in your dream tonight, you will stand before a massive door without a handle. Michael is screaming that you must not look for a key, you must look for a golden pen or a quill resting on a pedestal nearby. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you will stand paralyzed at the door, begging for entry. But if you stay, you will pick up the pen. God is revealing that this door does not open by force, it opens by signature. You are no longer a beggar waiting for a handout, you are the owner, and the vault cannot open until you sign for the goods. The reason this specific object is the turning point is that it shifts your status from asking to decreeing. God is revealing that the locked door represents your unwritten future. The shock comes from the realization that the door is not locked to keep you out, it is locked to keep others out until you arrive. You must step forward in the dream and write your name on the doorframe. God is saying that the moment the ink touches the spiritual surface, the door will dissolve into light. This is the autograph of authority. You are rewriting the script that says you are unlucky or unworthy. The universe is showing that the pen is mightier than the sword because the sword fights the battle, but the pen determines the winner. Something huge is waiting for you in the physical sensation immediately upon waking from this dream, a specific cramp or tingling in your dominant hand, the hand you write with. Archangel Michael wants you to know that when you wake up, your fingers may feel stiff or energized, as if you have been writing all night. Do not shake it off, this is the scribe's anointing. It is the physical evidence that your hand has been consecrated to create wealth in the physical world. Do not disconnect, for the final part reveals the absolute, final seal, the specific, three-word sentence you must write on a physical piece of paper the moment you wake up to manifest the dream into reality. Hold on, for the story is being published. My divine scribe, grab a physical piece of paper and a pen immediately, for we are executing the materialization protocol promised in the last revelation, and to close this video before the final second is to leave the manuscript blank just as the story is about to get good. You are here because the tingling in your hand is the ink of the spirit waiting to flow. The angels are revealing that the specific three-word sentence you must write down the moment you wake up. Or right now if you are awake, it is written. Michael is screaming that you must write this in all capital letters. If you disconnect before this message concludes, you leave your destiny as a concept floating in the air. But if you stay, you anchor it. God is revealing that by writing these words, you are legally transferring the wealth and authority from the dream realm into the physical realm. You are telling the universe, this is no longer a wish, it is a law. The reason this written decree is the final lock is that the universe respects documentation. God is revealing that the moment you write, "It is written," you will feel a sudden heat radiate from the paper itself. The shock comes from the realization that this is not just paper anymore, it is a title deed. You have just claimed ownership of the blessing that was hovering over your life. The enemy cannot steal what has been legally documented in the courts of heaven. You are no longer waiting for the story to change, you just held the pen that changed it. The sacred mandate, final instruction. The scroll of your life is open, and the ink is wet. But a written deed is useless until it is registered. To permanently file this decree in the archives of the universe so that your new reality becomes the only reality, you must now execute the act of registry. The subscribe button below is not a mere button, it is the official seal of the archive. You must press it to declare, with a visible and permanent action, that you are publishing this new chapter to the world. Register your victory by subscribing and confirming your authorship. Leave a final comment with "The story is changed" to activate the new timeline forever. The book of the past is closed. The chapter of glory is open. Go now, and live the life you just wrote.